Hello and welcome to JJ Automation. I am your friend Janice. In this video, we are going to discuss about writing our first test script in Cypress. So let's begin. But before that, we need to understand Cypress folder structure. As we know, Cypress has 4 folders: fixtures, integration, plugins, and support. Fixtures are used to store static data that can be used by your test. Integrations. Your test files should be placed inside this folder. Plugin. It is used to load any plugin with Cypress. This file runs before every single spec files. Support. It is a great place to put reusable behavior such as custom commands or override the existing Cypress command that are available to all of your spec files. Apart from 4 folders, we have cypress.json files. By default, it is empty. You can use these files to configure value you supply like base URL, environment, timeout, and many more. Let's start writing our test. But before that, let's see our application under test. I will be using this website for our testings, which is Conduit. It is a replica of Medium where you can post, update, and delete the articles. Even you can comment, follow other users, and mark your article as your favorite. If you want these applications locally, you can clone this repository and start the servers. I have already configured these applications locally on my system, which is running on localhost 4100. Now, for login into the applications, please sign up. On applications, I have already signed up in the applications. So let's write our first script for login into the applications. Let's create our first script under the integration folders. Right click on the integration folders, select new files, and name is at login.spec.js. As Cypress is built on top of Mocha and Chai, so to write test, it will start from the describe. And eat. Describe contains the group of tests and it contains the individual tests. Let's write group of test cases for the login. And the test case name should be login. Under it, we will be writing our login test cases. Now to write the login test case, we require steps. For that, the step would be visit application. Click on sign in button, enter email, enter password, and click on sign in button. Now, Cypress command starts with cy and then dot. So for visit the applications, we have a command cy dot visit. But we are not getting any intelligence from the Cypress. Now to get intelligence, the simplest way to get it by adding a triple slash and reference type to the Cypress. This will turn on the intelligence per file basis. So need to copy this line and copy into the each of your spec files to get the intelligence. So if you can observe here, if I remove this cy dot, and now see we have a list of all the commands coming from the Cypress. Now instead of adding a triple slash on each of the files, we can create a JS config files in a root folders. So let's create it. Right click on that, new file, name is jsconfig.json. To configure intelligence of Cypress, simply add include Cypress over here and just save the file. Now go back to the login spec files. We can remove this triple slash now. Save it. Now if you click on cy dot, now we can see the intelligence for a Cypress and also give the details. If you select this visit, all the detailed information about the commands. Now visit the commands. We need to pass the application URLs which is running on the localhost 4100 and save. So now we have written a single steps in a single line to visit the applications. This will open the applications with the URL localhost 4100. We can verify it by opening a Cypress with the command npx cypress open. Cypress automatically identifies the spec file from the integration folder, which we have created login.spec.js. Now to execute these files, over here you can select your browsers on which browser you want to execute and just click on that particular spec files, and you can see it successfully execute our first steps. It's opened the URL. This is known as a test runners. On the left hand side you can see the test steps. On the right hand side what is happening on applications. Our next step is to click on sign in. So Cypress has a command cy.get. In a get you need to pass and locators. Now these locators we need to find for the sign in. So let's go back into the application. So select the sign in, right click on that, select the inspect. You can see that under the A tag we have a name as sign in. Another option is you can navigate to this test runner, and on top of that we have a open selector playground. Click on that, select the locators we are looking for a sign in, just select this and click. So on top you will get the entire locators name with the command cy.get and the locators. We have two options, whether you can copy the clipboard or you can print on a console. Just click on copy. Now go back to the VS Code, remove this line, simply paste it. Now we have the locators with a cy.get. Now we get the locators, but what we need to perform? We need to perform a click operation. So dot, simply click. That's it. See, once you save it, Cypress automatically watches the spec files and will execute the command. If you are hovering on the left hand side, you will see what was happened when this command was executed. So this was getting the allocators, and on a click it actually performed the click operations. So the Cypress take a snapshot of each of your steps, so you will have a understanding what happened on each of the steps. Similarly, we can find out the locator for the email, password and the sign in buttons. So let's get back to the applications. For email, we'll be using input tag and we have type as an email. So we can write input, then type is email. How you can write? Simply cy.get and write input with type is equal to email. Now over here we need to type, we need to enter the email, the dot type, and simply pass the value what you need to type. For the email, we have the email is test@test.com. Similarly, for password, you need to write cy.get. Let's go back for the password. Input type password. Input in bracket type is equal to password. Again, we need to type a password, so we use type command and the password is test. Last, we need to click on the sign in buttons. So we have button with a type of submit. So we use cy.get button with a type submit. Again we need to click, so we need to use command click. Once I save it, automatically executing your script. To rerun your test, simply click on run all tests. So click on sign in button, enter email, password and simply click on sign in button. See how easy to write test script. Even the Cypress command itself indicates the how easy to understand the script. Anyone can understand what actually happening in the script. We first visit the script, we click on sign in buttons, we enter a username, we enter a password, and we click on the submit buttons or the sign in buttons. So that's it for today's. We will see more commands in the next videos. Thank you.